Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. I hope you're doing well, having a wonderful day. These are general, so let's just hop in, see what has to come out. Okay, so all right. When you were a child, okay, when you were a kid, you had wished for something, prayed for something, asked for something. It's almost giving that, writing Santa a letter energy, okay? And okay, sorry about my hesitation. There's like a lot coming through with this. So I'm getting the energy here that you're somebody that you went through a difficult childhood. Now, that's not to say that on the outside looking in it was difficult, but the mental dynamic, the emotional dynamic, the unsteadiness, the lack of stability, the lack of safety, the lack of, really, I'm going to say feeling loved, okay? This energy here is giving off that energy that you were alone a lot as a child. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't have siblings and you didn't have friends or anything like that, but this is giving that energy that you were left alone a lot, and also this doesn't have to be physically, you can have that separation, of someone being in another room and just not having nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's giving that kind of energy. A lot of like empty cups, okay, growing up. And it made you independent. It made you self-sufficient. Cats can take care of themselves, right? And you learned how to take care of yourself. Now, I'm getting here though that this wish that you craved, this is all about the heart. This is all about love. It seems like you, even as a child, longed for comfort, for not a house but a home, not just a partner but true love, true loyalty, someone that is healthy to you and for you, someone that also wants to give to you. And these feel like, major wishes, especially for, I'm going to say, when you made these wishes. It's, the energy is coming through that, you were a child, like really young. You might not even remembering a particular moment of having, wanted something like this, but it is giving the energy of this is something that you've kind of desired your whole life. You have a very strong spirit team. There's two in particular that are wanting to come through. Oops. I'll take it. Okay. You have had one spirit guide. Okay. Well, that moved quick. All right, so you have had one spirit guide here that has been with you, I'm going to say all through school. This is This is a spirit guide that helped you graduate. And that doesn't necessarily mean you graduated. You know, even if you got your GED, even if you dropped out, okay? There's this sense of being guided to level up and take the wheel of your life. You know, because you never had control over your life. Even as a teenager, you don't have control over your life. You know, this, I think it is something that might need to be talked about a little bit more, especially coming from a female perspective of this. You know, it's like, just for example, you know, when we're still in school, like as long as we are under 18, we don't get to have a say-so over our own body. Okay? And hear me out, because people push empowerment all the time, right? You know, my body, my decision, this, that, and the other. You know, so when you blow that up in a big point of view, say sex, you know, somebody wanting to come on to you or whatever, and you say no, or you don't want that, you know, your voice was heard, right? And if your voice isn't heard, there's major repercussions for that, okay? But if we scale that same fucking thing down a lot, you know, say that a doctor is trying to push some sort of medicine on you, you know, trying to give you some sort of injection or some sort of procedure or something, okay? And you don't want it. But you don't have the right to say no because you're under 18. You know, your body is not your body. It's still your parents' property, okay? You be 17 years old and still not be able to actually speak up for your own body. All right. So I'm using the body as a very like blunt and direct message to get my point across, but this goes through all different types of scales in our life. You know, this isn't, you know, just something major, but we really are at the mercy of everyone around us when we are growing up. And it does impact us a lot. It really does. Okay? So, all throughout your adolescence, you're going to school and everything, you have been guided, you have been protected by spirit here. You are always being watched, is kind of how that's coming through. And I'm getting that spirit here has been leading you towards your peace, towards something that is stable, is anchored. But this brings me to this next section here, because I said there's two spirits in particular here. And this first spirit had to do with getting you through school. Okay? So once you got through school, once you graduated, and I don't know, this could have been recent, this could have been a long time ago, okay? Any way it goes though, once that particular mission, that section of your life was completed and you leveled up, this next spirit has come into the picture. And this is a spirit that's going to help guide and protect through the next phase, which is this commitment. It feels like this commitment is in love. Doesn't have to be though, you know, this doesn't have to be marriage, but that is the energy that that's the energy that I'm getting off of this, is like a relationship is It's like a marriage deal. So just the way that this is looking, it's looking like, you have been so protected and so favored. And yes, you've gone through some very dark times, but you were never alone. And you got multiple people on the other side that is helping you throughout your life here. It's like they're taking shifts. It's like they're taking shifts to help, to help navigate you in the direction for your dreams to come true. Let's pull some tarot, because this feels so, I don't know, this feels like this card a second ago. Where was it? It kind of feels like this. And I don't know if this is your energy or what, but let's see. We have the Emperor, the Two of Wands, and the Sun. Now, part of your wish was to be chosen. Not just chosen by the divine, but chosen in love. Someone to choose you and be loyal to you and want to take care of you. Take care of your heart. And this Emperor energy here, this is somebody that is a protector. This is somebody that is confident to make a decision for happiness. To choose happiness. And something else is coming through is, this wish that you've made, this happy family dynamic, honestly, that you have longed for ever since you were a kid. Your perfect person could have also been longing for the same things. We have the Page of Wands, the Page of Cups. Again, this is that adolescent energy. This is that going through school energy here. This is that suppression that I'm talking about. That, you don't have any say, so you are at the mercy, okay, of all the devil energy that could have surrounded you. So you were very protected, all right? And with this World card here, this is all ended. This is all wrapped up. Again, I don't know how long ago, you graduated or what, but what I'm getting here is like this whole level, this has been completed. And this is where you're at now, And there's this new spirit that is in charge of this. Look, the Empress. We have the Emperor to the Empress. Okay, and this only just tells me once again that this wish that you made, this dream that you have desired for so long, could be the same dream that somebody else has also been desiring. And that happy spouse, happy home, happy family. Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I mean, this feels so very clear. So very clear. But this new section of your life that you have been going through here, this is all about romance. This is all about commitment. This is all about strength. there could be a sense of hiding, hiding weakness, hiding, behind strength in a sense. But the romance, the heart of this is why, these are intense feelings. This level of love, okay, is absolutely warming. It's warming. And that's what you have been longing for. Oh, where did that go? Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. It's the Ten of Swords in the reverse. You've been through a lot. You've been through a lot of betrayal. I mean, you've been through so much that you're just fucking used to it. Like, you just seem so unfazed by these swords in your back. Again, it's probably how you grew up, You're used to it. That's what you knew. And that energy, you're coming up out of that energy. You could already be out of that energy here. But when the Ten of Swords, comes out, that's that finality. That is that ending. All of this has come to an end. And there's been some clarity. There's something new here. There's something new here. And I turn to the Nine of Cups. And this Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. Oh my gosh. And this King of Pentacles. Okay? This is wish fulfillment. You are stepping in to your dreams come true. Okay? So whatever this was that you wanted as a child, that you truly did desire, it's giving off that energy that once you had completed this, and you took that will back to your life and started making decisions for yourself, you started to walk away from anything that did not align with this happiness, with this stability, with this love, because that is all you have ever wanted. And you are more than worthy of it. You more than deserve it. And you have been extremely protected and guided through all of these cycles and seasons of your life. And I feel like one of the reasons is that it can help guide and direct you for this wish fulfillment, for these dreams to come true. And this feels so sweet. This feels so beautiful. And what I'm getting from that is it's almost emotional, because when you were a kid, this wish, this dream that you had was heartbreakingly pure. It was heartbreakingly pure. Because this stemmed from things that, in all honesty, you should have felt already. You should have, But you worked with the cards you were dealt, okay? And you grew so much. It's almost giving off that, you were gifted as a child. And that could have just made things even more weird and hard and complicated for the adults, that did pay any attention. You know what I'm saying? To process, to be able to handle. And this could be gifted in, a spiritual sense. You could have been showing gifts as a child. This could have also been gifted as in, like, you required certain things. You needed special attention with certain things. There were things that you needed as a child, okay? And maybe you didn't receive those things. The level of spiritual guidance, the level of, it's very, it's so prominent. It's so prominent. You know, you are God's gift, for sure. You know, your energy and everything, it very much is giving that, like, I'm just seeing a picture of, like, someone holding you. Like Jesus holding a child, okay? Like a hug, like it's gonna be okay. That's like the image that is coming through. And it's like because you are so protected. You know, it's even though I'm getting like this dark dynamic in your childhood, God looked at you like gold. The spiritual realm saw something. They saw this light. They saw this brightness within you. And so you have been directly protected. You have been directly guided. And that in itself is so comforting and so beautiful. Let's pull a final. What do I want to use? Well, let's pull an angel card. Because you got two different, I mean, you could have even more than that, but two in particular are coming out as far as, you know, spirits here. This first one has already completed their part of it. You're in this other stage here, and, you know, this romance and all of this might not have blossomed yet at all. You know, you could be happy, single, doing your own thing right now, but this is what's to come. So let's pull a final message. That was quick. I guess that was the final message. All right. So, oh no. Hang on. I knocked over my box over here. Okay. Final message. Vacuum away fear. Call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, and this situation. Everyone involved. And everyone involved. I feel like I butchered that. Let me just say that one more time. Call upon Archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, and everyone involved. There we go. Okay. You know, and again, I was saying you got these spirits with you here. This specifically mentioned two angels, Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael. Those could be the two spirits that are protecting you throughout all of this right now, that is guiding you. You know, any doubts, any fears, any negative type of energy that you are experiencing around your childhood, around school, around relationships and love and all of this stuff, you know, just ask that energy be lifted, that it be cleared, that it be cleansed away, you know, that you receive any clarity needed for that energy to lift. But you are so protected here, so protected, so guided. And God wants you to be happy and for your dreams to come true. And so since you were a child, God has been protecting you in many different ways to get you to where you need to be for this to happen. You know, there is a divine plan here. There is a bigger picture here. But just know that everything is working out for you. Because your dreams, your desires are so beautiful and so pure. And it's really all about love. So I hope this message helped. And until next time, bye.